Everybody, my name is Christopher Saunders, and this is the Connecticut Sports Talent Show, where we talk all things talents in Connecticut. And on tonight's show, I'm pleased to have the top offensive player of the week from Foran, with the help of the head coach, Coach Drew, to be able to get this young man on. He's a senior, the quarterback, had 5 touchdowns and over 230 yards passing. Jack Cushman. Jack, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Now, you and I were going back and forth about the success of Foreign this season, and being 5-0 is, I don't care if it's good, bad teams don't care. 5-0 is 5-0. That's very impressive. Um, Talk to me about kind of last year, because last year, like, you've already surpassed the amount of wins that the team had last year. Just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so last year, we had a bunch of talent starting out the year, but in the first three games, a lot of our seniors got hurt. So it was not on the juniors' back, but the juniors had a big role in that. And, that was our first year starting varsity because we missed our sophomore year. So I just think that, we had to find ourselves, and really didn't, we weren't able to do that as a team last year. Even though we had so much talent, we finished 4-6, so we
Mhm.
just had to find our groove, and we didn't really do that last year. So this year, I think we really found our groove. The seniors are pushing everyone to be on the same board. Our coaches are doing a great job. We're watching so much more film than we did last year. I think that's also a big, game changer. So being 5-0, it's really nice.
What is the difference as far as, between off seasons? I know obviously last year was coming off of COVID and every team handled it differently. But being able to have, is it fair to say that having a consistent back to back off season where you're playing football helped in some ways as far as this start of being 5-0?
Yeah, I think it helped a lot. Last summer we didn't do too much weightlifting in our weight room because it was being done over, so that didn't help. This summer, we got together as a team way more. We did sevens as a team. Foreign did not do a passing league this year because I don't think the West Haven team did it either. So we joined their league like in the past. But last season we didn't really do too much off-season work in the summer. We did a little conditioning, but this year we did weightlifting 3 times a week, and then after that we'd go to the field with our teammates and pass. So that definitely helped us this year.
Is there anything in particular that maybe you did differently as well to kind of help with your progression coming into this season too?
Yeah, just weightlifting helped a lot. Strength. Playing football, it's physical just as much mental. So the physical aspect, that really helped me. I threw a lot more this summer than last summer. Last summer, I actually played club lacrosse, so I didn't get to throw as much as I did this summer. So definitely throwing more helped me a lot. And just working with my teammates, the receivers, building chemistry before we go into the season. That's a big thing.
For you specifically, did you notice anything during either off-season workouts, either during preseason, whatever the case may be, where you felt like there was something? Now, obviously, you can never predict that you would be 5-0, and if you did, then great. You're very
Yeah,
confident, and that's awesome. But was there anything in particular that you felt like was just different as far as seeing now what you guys are doing, if that makes sense?
yeah, no, definitely, it was definitely different. I think we're a lot stronger than we were last year. Um, that really is the difference because, going in, being stronger, then the coaches can teach us the fundamentals, how to play the game, the coverages, the routes, all that. So I think we came in a lot stronger this year than we did last year. And, we had talent last year. We just weren't the strongest team on the field most of our games. So, our coaches praise, get in the gym, get stronger, that'll help you a lot on the field. So I think getting stronger as a team is, that's a big game changer for us.
When you mentioned the weightlifting and the strength part, are you talking about how maybe certain games, certain matchups didn't favor you guys last year because of the strength? Another factor is maybe not being able to finish games, like you start out strong and then you don't finish late because obviously exerting energy and the whole nine. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So last year, a game in particular, we played Notre Dame Fairfield. It was even at halftime, but they were just a lot stronger than us. They were faster than us. You know, I thought we were pretty talent wise equal, but they were just out physicaling us, So that was one game in particular. Finishing out games, the Brantford game last year, it was 13-10. So we couldn't finish that one out. So, yeah.
When you see the numbers, just to fast forward now to this season, I mean, I'm just looking at the scores really quick as you were talking. I mean, 43, 35, 42, 42, 35. I mean, those are not like numbers you can just gloss over. I mean, those are some like I mean, compared to Alabama and Tennessee, maybe not as high,
Yeah,
but those are some very and it's very difficult when you're putting up those numbers. Not every high school team can put up. I mean, I know teams that have struggled to put up 14 points,
yeah,
and you guys are putting up 40. I mean, rough average
yeah.
on a pretty high clip. Do you guys realize what you're doing offensively?
Yeah, we love to sling the ball. Coach Drew, he loves offense. He says, go score 100 points a game to our offense before every game. So obviously we haven't done that yet, but we've gone close to 50, so we're halfway there. But yeah, we like to throw the ball. We're a very spread team, which helps us put up more points because we can, score in one play. We have so many athletes out there, especially, our wideouts. They're so athletic. We run the ball too. I think we're probably averaging like 100, maybe 100 yards rushing a game. So we're very versatile. We like to run the ball, but we're very pass heavy. So I think pass heavy, that's what puts up most of the points because we can score in one play just like that.
How about the offensive line? Because they're doing a lot of the work protecting you and allowing the lanes for the running
Yes,
backs to get yards.
our offensive line, it goes off them. They're our workhorses. If they're doing good, we're doing good. So, I always tell them I love them after every touchdown. I'll celebrate with the lineman. Then I'll go see my receiver. So, we preach our line,
Mhm.
every day, work just as hard as us. And can't be a good football team without a good O line.
I was just thinking, whenever if you even remember this, next time you get a touchdown, maybe allow the offensive lineman or one of them to kind of spike the ball. I'm
All
sure
right.
they would love that.
Yeah, they would love that, Linemen don't get enough credit,
They don't. I mean, they can't score touchdowns. I mean, unless it's one of those freak things. But I mean, hey, I'm sure that whoever is on the line for you would love if you just gave them the football because I see it in the NFL and they just spike it. They go crazy for that.
Praise for that, exactly. So next touchdown, I'm giving the ball to a lineman.
Awesome. And hopefully there's video of that because I'd love to see that. That'd be
All right.
really cool. So as this season has gone on, man, obviously you start seeing 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, now 5-0. Has there been anything that has changed either for the team, for you, either people, the notoriety, media, anything like that? Has anything kind of started to gather the attention towards you guys more?
As a team, no. We want to go 1-0 every week. We practice the same, play the same every weekend. Doesn't matter who we're playing. But the media aspect, starting the season, we were sort of under the radar. Um, and as the season picked up, they start seeing 3-0, 4-0, and then beating a good Brantford team 5-0. So now I think we're getting a little more media attention. You got to stay focused though. So, but yeah, definitely we've seen a lot more media these past couple weeks. I think we're on the map now, 5-0, and time will tell.
When you were putting up the numbers as you were against Brantford last week, did you realize the kind of game that you were having?
In the moment, no, I did not. I'm just trying to win, and whatever it takes to win, I'm just gonna do it. Brantford's a good football team. We know they're probably our toughest team we played. So, going into halftime, I think 14-7. I met with my quarterback coach, my offensive coordinator. We made some new plays up, and that really helped us in the long run. So you don't realize, the type of yards you have, the touchdowns, till after the game when everyone's like, "Oh, you had 5 touchdowns," this and that. But during the game, I'm just trying to win the game with my team. That's all.
Without revealing too much, what kind of adjustments were because a lot of times, understandably so, a lot of times it's just the coaches trying to figure it out and the players are just like, yes, sir, and we're just going to go along. But you took the initiative to go the extra mile and say, hey, we need to do this, do that, whatever. Can you talk about that a little bit more? Because I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah. So in halftime, I always meet with my coaches. They write up plays. They ask me if I like it or not. And my coaches, they're masterminds on the offensive side of the ball. So and every time I come off the field, if I don't see something I like and we ran the play, it didn't really work, I'll tell my offensive coordinator and we'll fix that. Um, they were going to read to us a lot. and then some plays they would switch to man. So we just had to, find that out, find that coverage, and then in the
Mhm.
locker halftime, we put a couple plays together that beat that man defense. So
How awesome is it to have guys like I've had your OC on before the season, whose name is escaping me, and obviously I've had Drew on, and they're both. I know the OC that again. I apologize for forgetting the name. I know he comes from like I think it was a wing T offense, something like that, and then
yeah,
obviously Coach Drew likes to sling it.
yep,
But to have both of those minds together, it's got to be very unique because they know so much and have seen so much football that helps the offense, so much.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Having them, it helps so much because they know where the defense is going to be. They know how to beat it. I know one play, Coach Farrell, that's OC. We were gonna run. It was a read play, and he saw that there was 8 men in the box. So he called an audible, and that's what one of our touchdowns was against Bradford. So him seeing that and telling me like with the snap of a finger, that really helps a lot. My quarterback coach, Coach Walker, he was a quarterback at Foran, so he helped me out so much too. Like telling me the coverages and just how
Mhm.
to read defense and know where my players are going to be, and it just helps so much.
Coach Farrell knows very well because of his days at Naugatuck, and
Yes.
he was under the great Coach Peters, and Coach Peters is like a legend, is a legend, not kinda. He is a legend in Naugatuck, so I'm not surprised that he sniffed out the 8 men in the box, and he was like, "All right, call an audible really quick." I'm not surprised by that at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised at that either. He knows exactly what to do.
Mhm,
Monday's our install day, and it's so fun seeing all the new plays he comes up with. And
mhm.
we talk, me and him. I give him ideas, he gives me ideas, and that's how our offense really. That's why we flow so much, put up so many points, and hope to keep that going.
Now, when you speak of the install days, because I've always found, especially teams who can score at a high clip, not to say it's like, okay, you come in thinking, okay, we're going to drop 40, because obviously every game is different. You have injuries, the weather conditions, and sometimes you're just off. You're not going to score 40 every game. And if you do, kudos, that's fantastic. But do you go into those install days and just throughout the week, like, we're like, the confidence is there? Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, we feel confident every week that we're going to put up a lot of points. We have so many weapons, and we can really use a bunch of different guys to their advantages. We have Big Joe Gaetano, a lot of, yeah. So, some plays are designed for specific people going into install days. First thing they look at is their coverage, their box. So if they're in a 3-man box, 3-man front, we can run the ball a lot. If they're a 4 front, we might be a little more pass heavy. So going into install days, we definitely just want to look at their coverages, their personnel.
Mhm.
Are they good? Are their linebackers good? That helps us understand, what their defense is going to bring to us and how we can, take advantage of that and score more points.
How could you forget Joe? I mean, I can't
You,
forget him. I mean, come on.
you can't.
He's a heck of a player. I see
Yeah,
it all over the whole season so far.
yeah. He's amazing. He's my best friend. So, me and him have the connection. We've worked all summer together. We
Mhm.
praise each other, I'll talk all the time, all week. Sometimes he says, just throw me the ball, I'll go up and catch it. And that's what I got to do sometimes.
Just give him the rock. He'll do
Yeah,
the rest of the work.
do the rest. And my coaches tell me that all the time. Maybe a shoot, it's a 2 yard game, but Joey will make something out of it. So
Mhm. It's the yak yards, yards after
yeah,
catch.
exactly.
It's one of the best things. Why do you think again, Patty Mahomes is very good. Speaking of Kansas City, we were just watching the Bills game and that game was nuts. But you see how Patrick Mahomes, I shouldn't say Patty, Patrick Mahomes, he'll throw it for like you just said, what should be a 2 yard gain, and his wide receivers will make it 8, 9, 10, or sometimes even more. And it sounds like you guys have athletes like that too.
Yeah, no, we definitely have athletes like that. 5 yard slants turns into a 50-yard touchdown.
Mhm.
Making people. And I just trust my receivers so much. I trust them with the ball. I know they're going to make plays, even if it's a 10-yard gain, that's a first down. So, and, just giving it to Joe with a 2 yard shoot or something, he's going to make a play.
Jack, I really appreciate you coming on. It's been a lot of fun to be able to have you on and highlight your performance. Before I let you go, as far as yourself is concerned, were there any goals that you set for yourself prior to the season, and have you accomplished any, some, or none of those goals just yet?
I think most of my goals were team based goals. finishing 4-6. I really wanted to make the playoffs with my team. That was just one of my goals, is just to make the playoffs. And individual goals, I don't really have that many. I threw 9 interceptions last year, so my goal was to not throw more than 5 this year, and I've accomplished that goal so far. So that was one of my individual goals. And just throw more yards than I did last year, throw more touchdowns than I did last year, and as a team make the playoffs.
You guys are well on your way. I mean, again, can't predict the playoffs, but the fact that, you started out so strong, I think really does bode well because now if you guys are to have, let's say, a bad game, right? Because it does happen.
Yeah.
I've seen, because I broadcast in the NVL, I saw Naugatuck lose a Holy Cross right before the bye week, and now they're having to try to regain themselves. Now it helps that Cheshire lost and St. Joe's lost because now they, can afford to have that one loss. Can't lose two. They lose
Yep.
to Sonia or whoever, it's going to be more difficult. But for you guys, I think you've kind of, because of what you've done with the PowerPoints and the wins, if you were to lose one game, I don't think it would kill you guys. But I feel like your mentality, regardless, win or loss, it's going to be win week, like whatever the week is. I feel like you guys think of that as week one. Let's win week one, just continuously over and over. What says you guys?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Coach Drew, 1-0 every week. That's what he tells us at the beginning of the week, 1-0. I think a lot of teams go by that motto. You can't look ahead because anyone can win. Like you said, Holy Cross beat Naugatuck. Naugatuck is a great team. So, 1-0 every week, that will result in 10-0, and you're in the state playoffs. So
Mm-hmm.
I think if we were to lose, one or two games, I think we're still a great team that we can get in the playoffs and, do some damage.
Well, Jack, I appreciate you coming on again. A lot of fun to be able to have you on and to highlight the foreign football program. As always, Coach Drew is a good friend of mine, and he's fantastic. He's great for the game, obviously great for the high school and for the program and such. And for yourself, best of luck the rest of the way. And hopefully, you guys will continue on making history. I mean, you and I were going back and forth. We don't think foreign, and if somebody knows, please reach
Yeah,
out on Twitter, whatever. I'd love to hear it. Foreign has never gone undefeated in the regular season. So
yeah.
why not make it here in 2022?
This year, let's make history.
That'll wrap things up here in the Connecticut Sports Talent Show. So until next time, stay safe. And remember, CT stands for Connecticut Talent. I'm Jerry. Find them all. Enjoy their day, everybody, and be well.